Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I wasn't asked why I'm convinced. Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block, on a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At InChain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts, basically ones that can run operating systems. That's basically all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Good afternoon, people. It looks like we are live just after 5 once again. Just checking the statistics. It looks like we are rocking and rolling. Yes, indeed, we are on fire. I see we've got a few watchers already. Thank you for tuning in. Joshua Arrow in there like a shot, like a whippet. Getting that education. Separating yourself from those shitcoiners who know nothing. That's what this program is all about. You know, like it's the top 1%, which is actually thinking about that's what we are, really. I mean, let's have a look at the market cap, because this is actually a true reflection of society, to be honest with you. Almost like when you're flying on a jumbo jet, you have economy, business class, and then first class. That actually sort of like represents society as a whole, really. You know, you've only got a very, very select few up in first class. Actually, first or business class, whatever. But that's where we are. I mean, look at the market cap. So the market cap is 322 billion, and yet the market cap of SV is like 3 billion. So yeah, that's 1%. That's 1%. That is a reflection of the concentration of intellect in the crypto market. We are the 1%, you know, up and away at the end of the day. I forgot to actually go over this website last time. Let's just actually have a look at freebsv.com, see what they're promoting. I mean, this is it's really good hearing that they've had like 1,000 visitors in 5 minutes just the other day. I think Satoshi and his partners are doing quite well here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. They've got moving graphics in the site as well. We'll just scroll down here. Yeah, there we go. Nice golden dragon. That's what we like. Handcash Shab is advertised in there. Peer games. Not that I want to promote gambling or anything like that. Follow at BSV Free, Tonic Pals in there, Twitch in there, Float SV, Relay X, Peer Games, Handcash, great stuff. Oh, and I had to comment on this. Oh dear. So this was Anthony Pompolano So I replied to this and I said, CNBC's Jim Cramer has been convinced to get into Blockstream Coolcoin BTC scam by Anthony Pompilano. He is not going to be happy when he finds out. Like, honestly, Anthony Pompilano, another shit for brains, literally just doesn't understand economic theory, monetary theory, or Bitcoin. Clearly hasn't read the white paper, has no idea what SegWit is, or what it stands for, or what Satoshi put it in there for. He put it in there to make everybody accountable for their work. Whenever you put something in, there is a chain of signatures. You can see who has done what. When that chain of signatures is broken, malleability seeps into the system. The centralized core developers like of BTC have complete control of the system. They can do whatever they want. It is utterly centralized and therefore utterly worthless. I mean, literally, it's taken me a long time to figure this out. But then when finally you do, you can see it for what it is. And that's what's going to happen to all these other people. So it's just, on a human level, I do want to tell people about it because they're going to get wrecked. But also, literally the benefits that using Bitcoin can bring to the world, where we all get to own our own data. And nobody gets to delete it, censor it, blur it, anything like that. Cut services off from us because they just don't agree with what we're saying or anything like that. Absolutely ridiculous. And again, talking about things being ridiculous, I had to reply to this. I mean, this guy does shows with Raoul Paul, who, he talks crap, but he's a trader, he's made loads of money, lives in the Cayman Islands, and he's done shows with this guy discussing it. I mean, literally talking they're talking about Bitcoin as if nothing's happened to it. They're talking about it like it's like the original white paper, before SegWit jumped in and segregated the signatures, and before they printed it from scaling, before Blockstream took control of it. So they're talking theory all the time, but they don't understand theories in Bitcoin, is BSV. And so he said here, blows the mind how much money has been lost on non-BTC investments. Douchebag. I don't know what hate is, like Tone Vase here, a list here of alts that have broken into the top 10. Surprised many alts still hold value, but imagine all of the waste focus had gone into, he wants this to have gone into Coolcoin. I mean, if he'd actually done his own research, he'd realise that Bitcoin is BSV. And then he goes, love BTC, but gold has no such distractions. And again, he fancies himself as being an intelligent person. I don't really class myself as being an intelligent person, which is why I mock these people, because I don't really class myself as being intelligent. They clearly think they are, and it's just like, mate, you can't be intelligent if you can be so badly wrong. And these next few tweets from me actually they were inspired by an economic a debate between two economic professors. And I'll explain it to you in just a second. But I said here, like, socialism requires central planning. Like, that's what socialism is. Like a collective group thought, we will do this. But again, there is always a more powerful influencer in a group that can basically manipulate the group. So it's, it doesn't matter which way you look at it. But then it says capitalism requires independent thinking, in comparison to central planning. But Bitcoin requires both. This is what consensus is all about. You have competing parties, but when all those competing parties, who are actually competing with one another, all come to consensus because the decisions that are being made benefit all those competing parties, you could argue that maybe that is like central planning. But this is what I'm saying. Bitcoin is capitalism because you have miners, the investors in the system, competing with one another because it is an infinitely scaling market. So they're competing for the new market that's constantly being created. So it was quite an interesting debate listening to it. Their arguments 2 and 4. This guy was a socialist, this guy was a capitalist. But then I realised, I was like listening to what they were saying and the arguments they were bringing up. I was just like, look, the issue is money. And so basically what they're arguing about is the distribution of money. So capitalism is like, oh, right, well, money should go to those people who are doing things and adding value to society. Fair enough. Socialism is just like, well, actually, we shouldn't really discriminate between those who put in the effort and those lazy sods. We're all human beings. We should all get the money. And the issue is, no matter what economic system you use, the source of money is centrally controlled. So literally all they're doing is debating the best way to distribute that money. In both systems, you have someone or something, a central entity in control of that money. So it doesn't matter what system you are arguing about, whether it's capitalism or socialism, there is a central control of money, which is what screws everything up. So these guys are literally like arguing like bee crashers, over something that is literally nothing. The issue is money. It is not the way money should be distributed. If no one has control over money, that rewards good behavior. That rewards everybody putting effort into whatever it is they're doing to add value in order to encourage people to give them their money, to exchange their money for their goods and services, because they want that money, they value the money, because the value of the money is actually going up in value. Let's do this, people. It is time to put hand cash handles and paymails in the chat box. Nice one. There we go. Thank you very much, people. Right, thank you for joining in. And as ever, be aware, take care, stay safe out there. Joy given, same time tomorrow. Catch you later. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and watch the full episode on Streamanity. www.streamanity.com/8084 and moneybutton.com.